Hi, welcome back to Joshcore. In the last episode, we built up another whole structure for the mega base here, and that's kind of what I have planned for today's episode, continuing upwards and building more to the top of this. I will only really have one more structure build planned, and I think that's going to be the main goal of today's episode, which is finishing it off. However, like always, I've done some work in between episodes. Most notably, you'll see on the left of your screen, and now on the right of your screen, I've gotten myself a totem of 9. I did a whole raid, and I even recorded all of it. It's up on my second channel. It's very unedited, very simple recording. If you want to check it out, it's there for your viewing pleasure. Additionally, of course, I've been killing some more Pokemon, just leveling up my Pokemon. On the left side of your screen, you can see all the levels of our guys have leveled up. And the only other thing I've kind of done is change up the sides of the blocks here. Normally, the grass blocks only have grass on one side and then at the very top of the block. However, you'll see here, I've changed out most of them for mouse blocks, which makes it green all the way on the side. This is something I kind of prefer in total over just normal grass blocks. The moss kind of creates a full hillside, which you would normally see in real life. You wouldn't see any dirt, you just see grass. The same theme is kind of there on the boulders as well on the mega build here, so I just wanted to keep the theme up on the normal generated terrain here. However, that's everything I'm talking about out of the way. Let's gather some materials so we continue building up on the mega base. Probably the shortest gathering I'll have to do. I got some deep slate, mined up some more andesite, and also collected some mangrove logs. So like I just said, I kind of already had everything we needed in mass here. The only other thing I needed to kind of get was the red nether bricks, which was actually kind of fun, but I didn't record that, but that's basically everything I had collected. Let's do this. So there we have it, folks. Another part of the build has been completed, and it's raining right now. Let me sleep. As I was saying before it started raining, we have finished a whole new section here. We have a very simple red building, which kind of uses that netherrack and the mangrove that I farmed up, and then also this structure on top. This is a torii gate with a bell, of course. Have some hidden lighting with the torches in here. As you can see, I have not finished the insides of this that much because back here, I think I'm going to put our future storage system. I've been living out of the starter base down here. However, if I plan on moving into this place, which I do plan on doing so, I'm going to move into here. Now, using the free cam to kind of check out the outside of the structure, you can kind of see it's a very basic building. We have a red gradient here and then a blue gradient for the roof. And on the back here, I kind of made a clock face. Using the data pack on the world here, I was able to use black concrete mini blocks to kind of create the structures of the clock face, and it kind of peeks off into the roof here. Other than that, though, it's a pretty basic build. I then went about terraforming some more. Oh my god! No way. Dude, okay, I'm not even like, I don't even know if my audio is picking up. Okay, no, it is. Okay, as you can tell, I'm not prepared for this clip at all. I just found a shiny Eevee, level 19. We need this. Actually insane. Okay, wait a second. All right, we just have to put him to sleep and try and catch him. This might do it. There it is. Let's go. Okay, that is awesome. So the reason that's so perfect is there's an actual advancement right here called Darwin. Who's that? And that is to take a first stage Pokemon capable of evolution all the way to level 100. And that is to take them there without evolving them. So I could take this Eevee, especially a shiny Eevee, take it all the way to level 100. Then we could evolve them into something like an Embryon, which I already use in my lineup here. But that way it's a shiny and it's a cool looking Embryon, which has like the light blue features. One of my favorite shiny Pokemon. So it's kind of a win-win for me. Not only do I get that advancement knocked out, which is something I really didn't want to do, but I can also help my overall lineup. So the first thing I want to do here is take all the XP shares off of all my Pokemon and then swap out Waffles for the fresh Eevee here. Look at that guy. That is so cool. It's been so long since we found a shiny Pokemon. I think the last one we got was in like episode 2 when we got ourselves a lobster. So let's heal up this guy as well. And since he's going to replace our Embryon, who's named Waffles in the future, we're going to name him Waffles. And then let's also put an XP share on him. So all the XP that we earn in battles will go straight to him because we need to level him up to level 100, remember. Now let's go find the Mushroom Island that I used to kill Miltanks on because it's a really efficient way to get some levels. Now that we're here, I can show you exactly what I mean. This Arcanine can basically one-shot a Miltank and it gives us 3,000 XP, which went all to the Eevee. So it's going to level him up super quick. And with that, I think we're about to reach a good milestone here. Yes, Waffles is now level 69. We've been killing Miltanks for a good hour now. I haven't obviously included all of that in this video, but just know I've been doing a whole ton of work here, leveling up the Eevee, hopefully trying to get him higher to level 100. So I'm back at the base here, and I decided to focus on another advancement in Cobblemon. That is getting ourselves a medicinal leek and brewing it to create the basis for your healing needs. I don't really know what that means, nor do I think I'll use it, but I do want to get this advancement. Same with this one. It's to brew an orange berry into a medicinal brew to create a potion. Now we have a whole ton of medicinal leeks, revival herbs, and roasted leeks already saved up, as well as some oran berries. Now I don't know what I need to do. It says to brew them. I don't know what I'm doing in the brewing menu. What I think I can do here actually is to take 3 of these water bottles and then just put a medicinal leek in here. There we go. I think that's going to get ourselves a potion. All right, I think brewing this up should give ourselves the medicinal brew, and there is our advancement. And the next step here will be take all of the medicinal brews and one of those oran berries and brew them up again to get ourselves the next advancement. And there we got ourselves a potion, and that is you cannot handle my potions. And just like that, we unlocked 2 more potion advancements, so we're going to see if we can get these done as well. It says to brew every possible item using medicinal brew, so that's going to be pretty hard. So we're going to start with this champion's choice thing, and to get this, it's pretty complicated. However, the wiki is going to help me out here. So in the last episode, we collected every single berry in the game. So we're going to start with the citrus berry, and we're going to have to make ourselves another one of those medicinal potions. Once we have those medicinal brews, we're going to take that citrus berry I just talked about, and we're going to add that to the brewing stand. We're then going to take one of our vivichokes over here, and since we just got ourselves our hyper potion from the brewing stand, we're going to add the vivichoke to that. That's then going to give ourselves the max potion, which is not what we're after, because we need to grab one more berry, which is the lum berry, and that should get us the thing we need, which is the full restore. And there is our full restore. And that is the champion's choice advancement made. In getting that advancement, we already got 2 more things added to the medicinal brew advancement. Let's continue getting the rest of those. Now, fun thing about this is we actually don't need to use all 3 slots to get our thing. We only need to use 1. So we're going to use the first one here to get ourselves the pecha berry and the medicinal brew. This will give us one of the many things we need. In this case, it gives us an antidote. And then combining a medicinal brew and a chesto berry gives us an awakening. Medicinal brew and a rost berry gives us a burn heal. An asper berry will give us an ice heal. And then a cherry berry will give us a paralyze heal. And then a lum berry will give us a full heal. Then we're also going to take a lepa berry, which will give us an aether. And then a hopa berry will give an elixir. That is every single one listed on the website, which means we're missing 4. I don't know how to get them, so it looks like we're going to be doing some experimenting. Okay, the reason I couldn't find them is because it actually takes the pre-existing stuff and combining new stuff. For example, we need a potion and an energy root, which will give us our next thing. It'll give us a super potion. And the next thing takes a pep-up flower and the aether, which is something we just made, and combines them together, which will give us a max aether. Then we're going to take a normal elixir and another pep-up flower, and that will give us our last thing, which I believe is probably going to be a max elixir. It does give us a max elixir. If I take this out, I'm going to get the advancement. No, I didn't. What am I doing wrong? I'm missing 1. What am I missing? Dude, no, the thing just went away. Oh, okay, so I just got it. I got the hyper potion again. I didn't know that was the thing that we needed. We go here. We obviously had that advancement done here. Apparently, I made this before when I was trying to make the full restore. I guess I had to remake it for it to count. I didn't get the whole, I got the advancement thing, but whatever, we got it now. So with that means 4 new advancements are all completed in the Cobblemon Advancements tab. Again, one of the goals of this series was to finish every single advancement in the game. The next one we can focus on is getting that shiny Eevee we just got in today's episode and get him all the way to level 100. I'm probably going to work on that in between episodes because I'm going to call that an episode for today. As you can see, we got a whole ton of work done and the mega build, filling up the final structure up on top here. I might add a couple more things, but other than that, that is basically the main structure of the base completed. Plus all the work I've done in between episodes and in between clip. In this episode, I think I'm going to call an episode for today. If you guys like the video, leave a like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more.